Grace to you and peace from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. I'm going to do a review today on the NIV Proclamation Bible. First of all, I want to apologize ahead of time for any throat clearing I do. You may have noticed that quite a bit in some of my videos, but when I get to talking too much, my voice gets dry like that, and I feel I need to clear my throat. I do apologize for that ahead of time. So with that said, if anyone owns NIVs and they're an avid fan of the NIV, you probably already know what the Proclamation Bible is about, especially if you collect high-end Bibles and you have, the Allen Proclamation, something I would love to get a hold of in the future. Again, this came in the mail this morning. This is a true blessing. I highly recommend this to any NIV user if you do not have a Proclamation Bible, but I also would first and foremost highly recommend this to people that do not have NIV, that just maybe want to test the waters with the NIV, because for this price point, you cannot beat it. It retails at $29.99, and you can get it other places besides ChristianBible.com. On Amazon, I wanted to say it was either in the $15, $16 range. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But it retails for $29.99, and on ChristianBook.com right now, it's going for, here's a more clear shot of the ISBN. It's going for $6.49 right now. Yeah, you heard me correctly, $6.49. Tells you a little bit about it there. Timothy Keller, the Presbyterian Church, Redeemer Presbyterian Church in New York. His appraisal. Cleanest and most accurate modern English Bible translation, talking about NIV. Ideal for detailed study and devotional reading. Includes center column cross-references and concordance. It is a 9-point font. So here's what it looks like. This is the dust jacket or dust cover, however you prefer to say it. It's actually really, for a lack of a better term, handsome Bible. Even with the cover off, it has a nice navy blue color to it. And I would say that's pretty true to its color right here that you're seeing in the camera. Almost got a marble effect to it and spots, if you can see that. Proclamation Bible, NIV Zondervan, and silver stamp here. It is comparable to size to the Artisan study Bible that I reviewed yesterday, and the Starting Place study Bible. As it states here, there are many study Bibles, but none better. That was the Timothy Keller's appraisal for this. Tells you a little bit about the NIV translation team. They do that in almost all of their Bibles. Again, this one is going to be right around the same size as the other, just to show you I'm measuring it correctly. 9.5 inches by 6 3/4, and it is 2 inches thick. It will, I believe it says 1 7/8 on the website, which is actually true if you have it compressed to where it is, but if you just let it flow where it wants to go, kind of opens up to right around 2 inches. Not heavy at all. Again, it's very portable. It wouldn't be a horrible Bible to take to church. It does contain a lot of information, especially in the beginning. I'll give you a shot of the copyright page here, in case you want to pause that. Some people are interested in these things. Table of contents page here. So as you can see, you got the preface, the editor's preface, contributors, what is the Bible, a Bible overview, the historical reliability of the Bible, finding the melodic line of a book From Text to Doctrine, the Bible and Theology. From Text to Life, applying the Old Testament. From Text to Life, applying the New Testament. From Text to Sermon, preaching the Bible. That's one I'm really going to try to read into. From Text to Study, small groups and one-to-ones. Biblical Interpretation, a short history. I highly recommend you definitely read the short history of biblical interpretation. So again, there's that table of contents. Here's the first preface, and this would be the preface to the NIV, letting you know a little bit about their translational choices here. And then the editor's preface, which I'm assuming obviously is for the Proclamation Bible. Here's the contributors. It goes on for about 6 pages or so. Quite a bit of contributors, 7 pages. What is the Bible? Mark D. Thompson gives you a little bit of an overview here, an essay, so to speak. We go into a Bible overview. Historical reliability of the Bible. It is Smythsonian again. Most hardbacks, especially Bibles, are Smythsonian. Finding the melodic line of a book. That could be fairly interesting too. I haven't had time to read that, obviously. I'm going to From Text to Doctrine, the Bible and Theology. From Text to Life, applying the Old Testament, and obviously the New Testament will be next. From Text to Life, applying the New Testament. There's a little chart for you. I like to do thorough reviews just so you guys see what you're getting for $6.49. You can't complain. There's a tiny bit of ghosting. It's really not that bad. Not any worse than any other Bible. It's an older study Bible of theirs, so it will not have the comfort print, which I'll show you here in a second, in case you're watching this and you haven't watched the review of the premiere. From Text to Sermon, preaching the Bible, one I'm going to be very interested in. I'll probably read that as soon as I'm done with this review, actually. From Text to Study, small groups and one-to-ones. Biblical Interpretation, a short history. And you get into the Old Testament. The Pentateuch. A little overview of the Old Testament here. And then you get to Genesis. And as you can see, you have an introduction to Genesis to start out. A little outline there, points to consider. And this will be at the beginning of all books, a little bit of an introduction, and then you get into the text. I think the text is beautifully done. Again, it's not the comfort print. It is a 9-point font. The center column references. I know some people have complained that some of these publishers will divide the center column and not fill the space in here. I see that as a plus. You can put your own references there, and here, this makes it easy. This is all the left column. These are the right column. So it keeps it simple to me. I kind of like my Bible studies to be a little simple. And this obviously is a reference Bible that is not. The study Bible I have for starting places is not a reference Bible. It has the footnotes, which this also contains, obviously, but it is also a reference Bible. So this is a wealth of information right here. Another amazing book by Zondervan. It's well built. I just absolutely, just flipping through this, it's just aesthetically pleasing. It's like an old-fashioned type set, double column, center column reference, verse by verse in the poetry sections, not in the New Testament or the Old Testament. Anywhere besides the poetry section will not be verse by verse. It will be paragraph. The reason why I said New Testament, I had in my mind to mention that it was black text and not red letter, so it automatically said not in the New Testament. I was thinking in my mind, I was getting ahead of myself there. So there's that. Here's the New Testament title page, the Gospels, introduction, Matthew, the Epistles introduction, and it would be the same through the Old Testament, I would imagine. Once you get to like poetry and all of that, I would imagine you have a section for introduction to the poetry sections, wisdom literature. So absolutely a wealth of information. This would be a great starting point, again, for anybody that does not have a copy of the NIV Bible. This is the 2011 text, $6.49. You can't beat that. And then the tables and weights and measures, concordance, introduction to the NIV concordance on the next page. Tells you a little bit about the way they do it, and as you can see, it's very readable, bold. So the topical words are bold print, and it's very nice. Very nicely done. And then the maps are actually, even though they're on the glossy paper that I usually don't care for, I don't mind it in a study Bible. There is, let me look. I want to say 11 maps. No, there's more than that. There's actually 14 maps in this Bible. You can tell they are glossy, but they're colorful. They're not horrible. Not at all. Especially for $6.49. It comes with 2 ribbons, single satin, thinner ribbons. They almost look like a Cambridge ribbon, you know, but actually a little bit smoother to the touch. So again, for $6.49, you can't beat this Bible. I highly recommend that anybody that, again, does not have the NIV would get this Bible, at least to give it a chance. You may find that you like it. I was completely against the NIV, obviously, when I was KJVO, all translations. But once I started studying this translation, I steered clear of the NIV. I was doing NKJV a little bit, mostly on the phone, so I didn't have a hard copy at the time. So I gave my hard copy, Skylar, to a pastor. But the reason why I started reading the NIV is because I was looking for a dynamic translation. I tried the CSB over and over and over, and I kept putting it back on the shelf. I couldn't get into it. The ESV is a literal translation. This, again, is just personal preference. But the ESV translation, I tried to read it over and over and over, and I'm still struggling with it. I want to give it a chance. I just, there's something about it. I want to be able to love it, but sometimes it's just not for me, for you. So again, it's personal. Whatever you're going to read is the translation I recommend, obviously. That's the best translation. But don't count the NIV out, guys. I was skeptical, and a brother on YouTube here, I actually know him on Facebook, Casey Fleet, an amazing brother. He was the one that actually told me to give the NIV a chance and was telling me the strong points and everything, and I started reading it, went in kind of skeptical, ended up loving it, as you can see. Now I got them all over the place. Again, $6.49 on christianbook.com. I'll put that in a link of that in the description below. I would get that while it's still on sale. At the moment, it still is. I don't know if it's ever going to go off, but just in case it does, I would get to it because, like I said, they're more expensive on Amazon. And that being said, I don't think there's a whole lot left. If you have any questions about this Bible, please put it in the comments below. I think I've covered everything about this Bible. Again, I mean, you can look at the little bit of the print here. It's going to be a little bit more ghosting in the poetry, so here's a paragraph format here. The ghosting is minimal in the camera, and even more minimal with the eye, so it's actually a really pleasant font to read, even though it's not the comfort print. And I wanted to show you the comfort print real quick, because just in case you didn't watch my other review, and I promised I would show it. So this is the comfort print. This is 11-point font, 11.4, I do believe, by Zondervan. Zondervan's claim. But I see it more as a 10 and a half. I would say 10 and a half for sure. You put it next to the 10 of the Omega. Again, it won't be as dark as this. They really went dark with their comfort print. This actually in person has a blue tint right down the gutter to it. So it's got a kind of a bluish white tint to the pages. Not horrible. Again, just amazingly done. Another shout out to Zondervan on a job well done. Being an older Bible, but I just highly recommend this Bible. This would be probably the first Bible I would get if I were new to the NIV and I had to do it all over again. But again, I didn't choose the study Bible. That was a gift from Bible page, Facebook page, and it was an amazing gift and still a blessing. My daughter's in it now, so and her favorite color is yellow and has yellow in the pages. So score for her. And I guess with that, I'll quit rambling on. And again, here's one more shot of the text, just in case you all want to know what a $6.49 is going to get you. It's going to get you a lot. I love you. God bless. Thank you for watching. Click subscribe and pass the word on these NIVs. You got groups, you got friends. Show them my reviews. There's no better review than the guy that rambles on and lets you keep staring at the text. $6.49. Man, I would buy these all day long. I get back to health, I may do that and start blessing people with these. What better way to get the word of God out? I mean, that's an amazing resource. Love you guys. God bless. And keep watching. I plan to get more and more better reviews and affordable reviews. I don't know if it gets much more affordable than that. Again, love you. God bless.